Welcome to the Pixl Marketing Show, the podcast for real estate media pros who want to go from random acts of marketing to remarkable results. I'm your host, Pete Stagel, founder of PixlCRM and creator of the Pixl Marketing Method. And every week, we're diving into the systems, strategies, and real stories that help you attract better clients, retain them longer, and grow a real business. Let's get into it. In the last episode, you heard part one of my interview with Jonathan Corbett on his podcast, Real Estate Photography Unlocked, where we talked about how I got into real estate photography, grew a team, and eventually sold the business. Today, we're picking up where we left off and diving into the systems and strategies I now teach through the Pixl Marketing Method and PixlCRM. Jonathan and I cover a lot in this half of the conversation: why free shoots are no longer an effective way to get clients, how transitional offers can help you stand out and nurture agents into long-term clients, the Omni Outreach Method, and how to combine Instagram, email, and voicemail drops into one powerful lead engine, and how systems like onboarding, client retention, and automation can completely transform your business. This is the practical, step-by-step side of the conversation, the part that shows you exactly how to move beyond random acts of marketing into a predictable growth system. So let's get into part two of my interview with Jonathan Corbett on Real Estate Photography Unlocked.
Now, what is a good offer, in your opinion? How do you approach a real estate agent with a quality offer that's going to encourage them to do business with you, especially if they have a photographer already, because that's what a lot of people run into these days.
And that's the biggest thing, is especially when you're competing against the free shoot offers that are becoming saturated. You've got all these people out there that are trying to get new business, and they're offering free shoots and DMing them, doing the Instagram method. And, agents are just saying, oh, well, I'll use you for that shoot and you for that shoot and you for that shoot, and I won't have to pay for any shoots at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you need to cut through the noise, because that's become the noise now. And I'll say it used to work. 5-6 years ago, when people weren't doing that, it was a good offer, kind of, to get the foot in the door.
Yeah.
What I recommend and teach in the book is to do a transitional offer, something that anybody in your target market could raise their hand and say, hey, yes, I'm interested in what you have to say. Because here's the thing: if you're doing a direct offer, which a free shoot offer is a direct offer, book with me is a direct offer, you're going to get people, or you're only going to get people that have a listing and have just broken up with their current photographer. And so that's a very small window of all the people that you're doing your outreach to, trying to get them to say, yes, I'll book a shoot with you. Whereas a transitional offer, you transition, it's called transitional because you're transitioning from a cold lead to a warm lead, is here's something of value. Would you be interested in having this? And so the problem with the Instagram method and the way that things have been taught, and even cold email, if it's too long of an email, if it has links in it, if you're providing too much information all up front, it goes into spam filters, because that's what everybody's doing. And so what we recommend is a stock photo pack. It is what works right now. And what it allows you to do is you take photos of your local area so that they can kind of see the quality of your work, but also so that it can provide value to the agent. Again, this is for real estate agents. If you're doing builders and stuff, you might want to do something different. But what it allows you to do is you're allowed to provide value up front of, here's some photos and stuff you can use for your social media, for your website. Obviously, you can see kind of our work. Would you be interested in it? Nice, basic, really short message. Would you be interested in it? It prompts a response. No matter what you're doing for outreach, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, email, you need to prompt a response. So if you don't get a response, everything's going to slowly turn into just spam. And so if you prompt a response, they say, yeah, I'll check it out. Then you send them the link. Then you get them to claim your offer. Okay. And this is the biggest piece that most people fall down on, especially with what's been taught, is you need to capture the lead information. You need to get them to raise their hand and say, yes, I want you to contact me. Because you can do cold outreach all day long, but until they respond and say, yes, I'm interested, they're not paying attention. And quite frankly, all the platforms know that, and they're going to slowly start putting you in spam until they raise their hand and say, yeah, I do want to hear what you have to say.
Right.
And so you get them to claim the offer. Send them to a landing page, get the rest of their contact info. See if they even have a listing to book now, because sometimes they do. And if so, send them to your order page.
Right.
If not, just put them into a nurture sequence. And what that allows you to do is now you can nurture these people along. And so you deliver what you promised them. So if it's stock photo package, what I like about that is what I recommend is you put it into your delivery platform. So you get your single property website, any marketing material that you get, and you just deliver it through that. Let me phrase that. You deliver the link to that.
Right.
You put yourself as the agent and just give them the delivery link so that they can go in and kind of start seeing how you do business.
Right.
Every platform is a little bit different, so there's some nuance there. But you want to showcase your stock photos in the same manner that you would a listing. And so you're kind of doing the free shoot method, but without actually doing the free shoot. You're just doing the stock photos. You're giving them the stuff. You're not having to go out there. You're providing the value. You're getting them to raise their hand. And once they claim their offer, which is the stock photos, they raise their hand and say, yes, you can contact me. Now you can nurture them along, showcase how you do business, what services you do. You start standing out as a true marketing partner, not just another vendor. And It's all value, not leading on price. You don't lead on price, because if you lead on price, you're going to compete on price, and there's nowhere to go but down from there.
Exactly right.
And so, but once you do that, then you can do an introductory offer, because now you've captured their information. Now you can follow up with them. Now you can, nurture them along. So when they do have a listing, you're top of mind. You're the one that they want to go with. And so then you do an introductory offer. And there's all sorts of stuff you can do with that. One of the more popular ones that I did in my business was we have a local minor league baseball team called the Isotopes in Albuquerque. And so I did a gift with purchase type of offer, where if they booked a essential package at our full price, with during this time period, they'd get 2 box level seats to the Isotopes game.
Wow. Now, okay, box level. That's really nice.
It is and it isn't. The name is.
It sounds nice. Like it's a good offer. Exactly. Immediately, I think, wow, that's not cheap. Like I was thinking you're going to give, here's a coffee mug. Yay. Right. No, so box level seats.
So, nice. So we actually cover the difference between a gift and which shows appreciation, and a reward, because there's 2 different ways to do this. And especially when you get into the loyalty and reward side of things. And a coffee mug is not, it's a promotional item. It's not a gift. Right. And you want to do stuff that they can use. And the great thing about those box level tickets is they could use them for themselves, and they could take their family out and go see a game, or they could give them to the seller. And what that does is now it makes them look that much better to their clients, because they say, hey, here's 2 tickets to go take yourself out.
Right. That's awesome. And so, I may have kind of got you off target with my talking about free work question, but what stage of your method are we on now? Because we had covered your first 2.
And so then, it's still technically in irresistible offers. Because you still have to have these offers. And so like I said, I like to do transitional offers first. Get them to raise their hand, get them to get into your ecosystem so you can actually nurture them along. Then you can have your direct offer or an introductory offer. The introductory offer should not be something that you offer normally on your order page. So, for instance, we had our essential package, we had our starter package, our essential package, and our pro package in my business. Most people booked the essential package. That was the one that I wanted them to book most of the time. It was the middle of the road. That's what they needed to do. It included photos, floor plan, virtual tour, plus our marketing kit and all of the the normal stuff there. But with that, I would not want my introductory offer to be just the essential package, because I don't want to discount or add things to it that they would be able to do the math on and say, oh, well, it should be this if I book this again.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you do is you add additional value on that introductory offer. You don't discount necessarily. You can. I mean, you could definitely do a promo deal where if your normal essential package is $350, you could do a $300 package if you wanted to, and have it be. But you don't position it as a discount. You position it as a one-time only. You can do this, but it's not an essential package. It's our introductory offer. It's our premier listing agent, whatever you do.
Right.
But what you do is you start adding additional things to it. And a lot of this stuff is stuff that you do anyway. But when you name it and you call it out and you put it into a list of the things that you're getting when you do this, you stand out from everybody else.
Understood. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
A lot of real estate photographers are pretty busy. This sounds like a lot to do. Do you see that a lot of real estate agents saying, like, man, this is a lot of great information, but I'm too busy to be doing any of this?
It's funny because there's a cycle that a lot of photographers get into where they're busy because they did some marketing, and then they slow down because they stop doing marketing, and then they get busy, and it's the feast and famine cycle of going up and down, up and down. And so that is I attribute it to the random acts of marketing. You do a little bit of this, and then you stop doing it because you get busy, and you do a little bit of this, and you stop doing it. Yes, it is some work up front, but once you set it up, then you can just let it run in the background, and it becomes consistent marketing that you're doing. And it's not. It sounds like a lot, but really, once you start looking at it and you start thinking things through, it's like, oh, I can just do this, and I'll set it up, and just that's what I'm going to use as my offer. You can set up marketing plans. We had different offers, different direct offers throughout the year. So we would do the S-Tips one. We would do in Albuquerque, there's the Balloon Fiesta once a year. And so we would do Balloon Fiesta tickets around that time. We had the River of Lights, which is around Christmas time. So we would do tickets to that. We would do different offers, and they were just promotional offers to even just our current clients. Hey, if you book a shoot during this time, you can get this offer. So there's a lot of things you can do that are more just in the background. You set it up and it just kind of runs in the background.
Right.
But you do need to sit down. People do the free shoot because it's easy. People do discounts because it's easy. Standing out from the crowd is not going to be easy, but it can be simple if you just do the work and put you just got to sit there for a couple hours and think up ideas.
Okay.
I didn't just put all this together and say, hey, here, go do this, all these in-depth things. We have people that are doing this on a day-to-day basis. They're reading the book. They're going through. We have a master class that goes through it even deeper. That we actually started with first and ran all of our PixlCRM clients through, so that they had a better understanding of what to do with it.
Right. Understood.
So
have you found a particular platform or method that works best, whether it be text messages, emails, cold calling, or phone referrals? Is there a technique that works best? Have you found?
So what we're teaching in the Pixl marketing method is what we call the Omni Outreach Method. And so it takes Instagram or Facebook, email, and voicemail drops and puts them all together. Because here's the thing. Instagram or social media is just one channel. And quite frankly, nowadays, more and more agents are just hiring companies or VAs to manage it for them. So they're not even on there half the time. And so hitting them there. And so I'll walk through the process real quick. And we do this actually for PixlCRM too. So a lot of the photographers that we get are from this exact outreach method that we're doing and teaching at the same time.
Right.
So we'll message them on Instagram because it's easy. Everybody's doing it that way. That's fine. But it's not the traditional message. It's the, hey, I put this stock photo package together. Or you say, hey, I'm a local real estate photographer. We put a stock photos package together of local shots that you can help market yourself. Would you like the link? Nice, simple, fast. That doesn't come across as promotional. It's, hey, I've got this thing. Would you like it?
Right.
If they respond, great. It's Instagram. You may or may not get responses, but that's the first level. Then you can kick off a 3 email sequence saying, hey, I sent you a message on Instagram. Let me rephrase this. I found you on Instagram, sent you a message there, but I figured I'd send you an email too, just in case this is a better way to get a hold of you. Would you like this offer?
Right.
Day or two later, send them another email. Say, hey, I just want to make sure you saw this. I sent you this a couple days ago. And then you do a couple days later, one final one. Say, final time I'm going to message you. Just want to make sure you saw this. A lot of people are finding value with being able to use these photos for this. Not going to contact you again. Not a problem.
Okay.
Give them an out. Maybe not contact them by email again, because again, you're not going to take all of the emails you have and just dump them into your email newsletter or anything like that, because they haven't asked for it, and you're going to end up getting a whole lot more spam complaints and stuff like that, and deliverability issues. But once you do that, then do a voicemail drop. And I like voicemail drops because it's cold calling without actually picking up the phone to do cold calling.
Right.
I personally don't like calling people and having to figure out what to say, and that's just not my thing. I like automation. I like setting that up.
Right, understood.
But the cold call is very much the same. Or the voicemail drop is very much the same thing. Hey, I found you on Instagram, sent you a message there, sent you a couple of emails. Just want to make sure you had an opportunity to take this offer. Text us back or give us a call, and we'll send you the link. What that does, and again, you have to have automation behind this, otherwise it's not gonna be as effective or easily.
Right, and people aren't going to do it if it's not automated, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we have voice AI that'll actually answer the phone, and so when they call back, hey, thanks for calling Pixel Peak Photography. How can I help you? Yeah, I just missed a phone call from you, or I just got the text, the voicemail. Oh yeah, that was about our outreach for the stock photo pack. Would you like me to send you the link? And I said, yeah, sure. And then it can send you the link, and you don't have to be doing anything manually or actually talking to people while you're trying to shoot houses and whatnot.
Right.
So that's the method that we're doing, but that's just one part of it. You've got inbound, outbound, and organic traffic methods, and you should be on doing something with all of them ultimately. And so, inbound is going to be, your Google listing and making sure that your website and everything like that, wherever people are going to find you, it actually has information and has a way to get them to book a shoot or take your transitional offer. Outbound, which is the Omni Outreach Method, and organic is just making sure that you're staying present on all of the platforms that you want to be present on, that your target market's at. So you do have to have that presence everywhere. Otherwise, people are going to say, well, I'm getting a message, but their profile hasn't been updated in 3 years. Are they still in business, or are they just kind of spamming me?
Right, exactly.
So, and we're still just touching, the first 3 steps of the Pixl marketing method, because that's just magnetic messaging, irresistible offers, and then the lead generation engine. Then you go into first impressions framework, because your onboarding process and your first impression after somebody books a shoot is just as important. That is like the most important part of setting the stage of how you do business, how they work with you, what services you even offer. So from calling them to confirm their order to teaching them how to use the media that you're providing. A lot of agents, they just don't know. And so you're providing these marketing kits and this single property websites, and they're taking the photos and sticking them on the MLS.
Right.
And quite frankly, the MLS is not a marketing platform. It's a syndication platform. And so they need to be able to take the media that you're providing and use it to market themselves in their listing. And so, you go through that entire process. One of the things that we did in my business is we ran, again, I like marketing names. So we called it a 5-day listing marketing blitz. And so the first 5 days after the listing went live, we taught them what to do with our media to be able to post it and use all of the pieces that we were delivering to them. And at least in that first onboarding sequence, it showcases how you are a a true marketing partner, not just another vendor. Because most vendors are not going to just hold them and walk them through all of these things that they need to do.
And for the record, if you're going to be doing this, you actually have to be not just a photographer. You actually have to be a marketing partner. And I will say that what a lot of real estate agents really need right now is not just a photographer who shows up, takes their listing, because real estate agents will reach out to a marketing team and they'll pay as much as $4,000 a month to have one phone call with a marketing coach who will tell them ridiculous nonsense. They could work with you guys if you just show them and say, hey, so I noticed you used us for a listing. If you really are looking to get more leads, we can do fantastic video, teach you guys how to get leads through Instagram by using things like mini chat. Mini chat, if you guys don't know that, that's where people will comment, hey, comment photos down below and I'll send you a link. So you set up a mini chat for your clients and things like that, and you're going to be really good to go and offering a lot more than they would be getting from a $4,000 a month online marketing team that really doesn't know, like a coach of some kind that really doesn't know what they're doing anyway. So yeah, I really agree with your point on not just being a photographer, being a marketing professional is huge, but you do have to be that, like, because if they sign up with you because you say that you're a marketing expert, you got to make sure you're a marketing expert. So yeah,
and like you said, you don't necessarily have to be a marketing expert. You can teach them what you are an expert in. You're an expert in creating the media, and tell them what to do with it. And at the very least, do that, especially with that onboarding process, because now they're going to be able to use what you're providing. They're going to get more value from it, which means, again, you're all of what you're doing is you're competing on value. You're not competing on price. You're not saying, hey, I'm the cheapest photographer. You get barely what you need to market the listing. It's price isn't a concern. I'm giving you so much value that why would you go anywhere else?
Right.
Why would you even entertain those free shoot offers? Because you just have such a great experience. You have such a great marketing partner.
Right. And how does PixlCRM help you do all this? I know you say you have automations in general. Can you show us PixlCRM in any way? Like maybe do a screen share, possibly?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Sorry, I know that we didn't talk about that at all beforehand, but and while you're opening that up, you had I had also seen you post some things in some of the Facebook groups, and then the Facebook post disappeared. Whatever happened to that? It looks like they got deleted, and then I saw something on your Facebook personal page where you're like, "Yeah, I just got banned." What happened there?
So I actually did what's called a two-step post. It's right. Where you, very similar to what you were saying about the ManyChat, you post something and you ask people to comment on it. And the intent behind it was to get people to let me know if this was something that people were resonating with and I should do more content on it. I did not expect it to blow up the way it did. What I said is the Instagram method doesn't work anymore, because that's what everybody's being taught to do, is to do the Instagram method, free shoots, and there's just better ways to do it, especially when it comes to the offers. And I was seeing so many people in the groups posting. It's like, hey, how many times do I have to message people before I actually get a response? And what do I need to do? And how do you follow up? And all of these things. And people are saying, yeah, the agents are just stacking shoots nowadays, free shoots, because that's what's being taught. That's what people are. New photographers coming into the market are doing, is that they're just following blindly of, I just have to DM people and give them a free shoot and I'll make tons of money in real estate photography. And that's just not the case anymore.
No,
there's just way too many people in the market doing that exact same thing. And I'm not saying,
it looks like you've got your screen up here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. And what did you ended up getting banned, out of curiosity of that? What Facebook group banned you?
I'm not going to publicly name that one, but
they banned you, man.
I know.
No point staying on their good side.
So it was a long-standing group. It's one I've been in since they started,
Yeah.
And the owner of the group messaged me and said, "Hey, this, I appreciate the marketing here, but this isn't, Instagram method still works." And I give him a big long response of, it can if you have the right offer, if you're doing the marketing the way you should. And then the next thing I know, I'm not in the group anymore. It's like, oh, and I didn't, and I'll just clear the air here. I did not post this in his group. I posted on my personal profile. He found it and decided that, I was encroaching on, I guess, his method of doing things.
That is so strange. Wow. Okay. It's so pathetic. Just a quick side note. I have found it's so weird the way all of the Facebook groups are acting around certain admins, and I get it. There's a lot of people out there who are giving people like you or me a bad name because they're making fake accounts. They're reading what the rules are and just going around them just enough to justify not breaking the rules, but they're still breaking the rules. And frankly, they're harassing people inside the groups by DMing them and all sorts of things. So the admins are having trouble right now trying to make rules that handle these one or two bad actors that are really ruining it for everybody. Because frankly, I have found that one of the main reasons we have these Facebook groups is so that all of us can learn. Shocking concept there.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you have someone who comes in here and does have something that's worth learning from. But the admins, they're not good at saying, okay, these are the bad actors, and they'll try to apply a rule that is fair for everybody that weeds out the bad actors when they should just say, listen, buddy, I know what you're doing. Get lost, so that all the people who I feel like have good intentions can interact with people. And if they post too much, talk to them. Post less. That's fine. Don't be too spammy. But
And I've always been very careful. I don't like posting and starting threads in these groups because I don't want to be promotional. I want to help where I can. And so I'll respond to people who ask questions or what have you. I won't even put my book link in there or link to PixlCRM.
Right.
Typically, our current users go through the, hey, you should actually check out Pete and PixlCRM, or you should check out the book, or
exactly.
And I let them do all of the links because I don't want to come across that way. I don't want to hit anybody's radar when it comes to being super promotional.
Yeah, and salesy. Well, anyway, all I was going to say was the admins, what they need to do is just, if you guys want to make your lives a lot easier, just ban the people, and we all know who the people are. Just ban those guys. Your job as an admin will be so much better, and people will complain a lot less. But it's really interesting because sometimes even when I post, and I've been a member of these groups once again for years at a time, and before I ever had a course or a software or anything else, and if I ask a question there, or if I just share a comment like, hey guys, just so you know, real estate agents are making more money than ever. You guys should raise your prices. That's not promotional at all, but I'll still just get people who are hating in the comments. Anyway, so the admins will often go after someone like you because they know that you're not going to like fight back. Versus they'll let the manipulative, toxic people stay in the group because they know if they try to handle them, then it's going to be a fight. So I encourage you, man, next time stand up for yourself a little bit more, because I think it would be stupid to ban someone like you, myself. I think it's the wrong move by the Facebook admin, which is, by the way, the whole reason I brought you on the podcast, because if someone gets canceled, I usually like, well, that's probably someone who needs to get more exposure. Cool, man. Well, I think you've got a great thing here. I think it's really important that, guys, one of the biggest things that we're missing as real estate photographers, as I said, not enough of us are actively and consistently doing marketing like we should. So make sure this is a great tool in order to do that. If you guys don't have the time or the energy to do it, this would perhaps make it a lot easier and less time
Exactly.
consuming.
Especially with all the templates and the guidance. Like I said, we have the plan, we have the templates. All you need to do is implement it.
And are you affiliated with anybody, or is this just your thing?
This is just me.
Good. That's the best way
We're
to do it,
100% in on PixlCRM. I love talking to other business owners and helping them guide them through setting up all of their marketing. I have no interest in teaching photography because, again, I'm not the photographer. I'm the business guy, though. And I'll teach you everything I know about marketing and running a business. I've done enough of them over the years, and I thoroughly enjoy talking to people.
Awesome, man.
Thanks for listening to the Pixl Marketing Show. If you're ready to go from random acts of marketing to remarkable results, grab your free copy of the Pixl Marketing Method at pixelmarketingmethodbook.com. If this episode helped you, share it with another real estate media business owner. Make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Until next time.